This is the beginning of the polarization of Sasuke Uchiha within the Naruto fandom. And for me personally, how he went from one of my favorite characters to one of my least favorite narratively. To this day, there are people who love Sasuke and defend him fiercely. I don't think they necessarily justify his actions, but they do feel like he has a right to feel the way he does. And I definitely understand that position. However, there came a point when Sasuke went a little too far in his revenge quest, and many of us went from sympathizing with Sasuke to being like,
No, she's crazy and she needs to go down.
But I do get it. Actually, scratch that. I know a lot of us like to say we get it, but we couldn't possibly understand exactly what Sasuke is feeling since we aren't in his shoes. He experienced an unspeakable tragedy as a child, endured trauma that undoubtedly altered the chemistry of his brain in the darkest ways imaginable, and was gaslit and manipulated his entire life into hating and killing his brother who always loved him. While the people responsible seemingly face no consequences, and the world at large is blissfully ignorant of it all. I can see why people defend Sasuke because he's easy to sympathize with on paper, especially after going on this journey with him. It's completely rational. And I suspect it's somewhat satisfying watching someone who is wronged so horrifically and unjustly seek retribution no matter the method. Some people love these type of stories. Even if the character ends up going too far in their quest, they find this type of tragedy, this type of fall from grace, irresistible, and will justify the balancing of the scales in any way, shape, or form, regardless of the outcome or how it affects the character. The problem was never our ability to understand or sympathize with Sasuke because he already had that. I think for a lot of us, he became a character that we could no longer root for. Instead, he became a character that we pitied, and in some cases, developed outright disdain for. Sasuke was so blinded by his hatred that it turned him into someone else. I know that's the whole point of this transformation and what was being conveyed during this part of his storyline. This is an exploration of how revenge ultimately corrupts the person who pursues it and leaves you feeling empty in the end. And if that's solely what Kishimoto was going for, I'd say he did a really good job. Maybe too good of a job. But if you're someone who expected a little more from the Sasuke character than a stereotypical revenge drives character insane plot, I can see why you'd be a little disappointed, especially when there were other paths Sasuke could have taken that wouldn't have compromised some of his best qualities and instead would have made him even more interesting than he already was. I want to put things into perspective.